Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Let's All Be the Change. Used to be called Let's Make a Better World. I still need to make a new banner for this site. And I haven't made any videos in this channel in several months, and I apologize for that. I really should start doing this every week, like I promised several times. Just been busy with a lot of other stuff lately, I guess. But I think you guys all know about the No Kings March that was going on all over the country today. And I'm proud to say that I participated in that. And this is already the third demonstration I've been to since Trump has been president this term. So I'm glad I went. And I'm just going to show you guys some pictures. Again, I'm kind of winging this video. I really like this one. The guy was wearing a shirt with the ABCs of, I guess what's wrong with Trump, and I can't even read it from where I'm sitting right now, but I think it was pretty hilarious. And, the other side said, nope, not yet. So people were, had some good signs, and I didn't bring any signs myself, but I saw, I borrowed some from some other people. This guy on the right was an Irish guy. He made his own crown, king's crown, and the guy on the left is actually a security guard. I talked to both of these guys. They were both very nice, and I must have talked to about a dozen people at this thing. I was there for about an hour. There were actually two demonstrations here in Las Vegas. This was in Craig's Regional Park, which is only a few miles from where I live. This was the smaller demonstration. There was another bigger one in downtown Las Vegas. That was the same place I went to for the last one, which I think I made a video on that one. That was at the New York Casino. I didn't go to that one, but I went to this one. But the one thing I did do with this demonstration, which I didn't do with the last few couple I went to, was actually spoke. I had talked to the organizer ahead of time. She had a megaphone she let me use, and I prepared a one-page speech, which took about 5 minutes, and I delivered this speech twice. The megaphone wasn't working very well, unfortunately. I'm not sure how many people heard me. I think about half the people at the demonstration heard me, and I got several compliments from my speech. And the other problem was I think I was preaching to the choir. I mean, everybody there was there to protest Trump and all the horrible things he stands for. And that's pretty much what I talked about. But anyway, let me just show there some more pictures. I like this woman's sign. She had a sign on the front and another sign on the rear, hands off. That was the name of the other two demonstrations I went to earlier this year. I can't even read this one, but I just like these signs, so I took pictures of the ones I liked, and I thought these people looked really cool. They had these kids. A family of kids, I guess, and it looks like they're wearing frog hats. I guess that's supposed to symbolize the frog in the boiling vat. And, I thought they had good slogans on their t-shirts. And, this guy was an old vet, an old handicapped vet holding up a sign, I have a dream. I thought that was very moving. Um, vets are against Trump too. He's not helping them. He's not helping anybody but himself. Um, this woman had a good sign, two-sided sign. She drew a picture of Trump, and this woman had a dog with a sign. So I thought they were all very clever, and as usual, the people on the street were all honking us. Here's another guy. I think that's all the pictures I got here. But we were on, four different corners on the street corners, and I'd say about half the cars that passed by us honked at us in support. So I saw nothing but support from everybody I met. So I think it was a very successful march. And now, like I said, I'm gonna read the speech that I gave. I gotta pull it up first. Hang on a second. I had to restart my computer earlier because I crashed right before I started this video. But just waiting for my program to open up here. So just bear with me a second. Sorry for the delay here. Be up in a second. Okay. All right, here it is. All right. And actually, half of this I wrote. I think some of this is a repeat of what I already read from my last video. But anyway, I'm just going to read my speech. For most of my life, I have been a proud American citizen, and the main thing I've been proud of is our government and our democracy. Nearly 250 years ago, our founding fathers created the first successful democracy of its kind, namely a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Although this democracy has been seriously compromised at various times in our history, I'd say that for the most part it has worked quite well, until now. Now, like most Americans, as well as most of the people around the world, I see President Donald J. Trump as the most serious threat to our democracy in our entire nation's history. By his own words, Trump does not respect our Constitution or our democracy and wants to be our first king. Well, guess what, Mr. Trump? Most Americans don't feel this way at all, myself included. Although we've had our share of bad presidents, you take the cake. At least every other president we've ever had believed in our Constitution, as well as our democracy. But clearly you do not, which makes you completely unqualified to be commander-in-chief and leader of the free world. Yeah, that part I wrote 2 months ago. This part's new, this next paragraph. I can't even begin to list all the ways in which Trump has failed as president. His first term was bad enough, though in less than a year, his second term has proven to be about 10 times worse. I'm still shocked and deeply upset that he managed to win, not once, but twice. What on earth were the 77 million Americans thinking who elected a madman with 38 criminal indictments, who became the only president to instigate a riot against the Capitol in protest of an election he clearly lost, did nothing to stop a pandemic that ended up killing over 1 million Americans, deported immigrants and split up their families, and became our only president to get impeached twice. And this was all before his current term, in which in just 9 months he has collaborated with autocrats and refused to help our former allies, imposed unreasonable tariffs on countries throughout the world, deployed ICE and National Guard to go after his domestic enemies, wreaked havoc on our economy, resulting in high inflation and unemployment, and shut down the government for over 3 weeks, laying off federal employees and letting critical government programs slide, and is destroying our already failing healthcare system. I don't even want to think about what will happen during the rest of his term. In conclusion, I'm deeply saddened to see how America, the country I've loved for nearly my entire life, has sunk during most of it and finally resulted in a new low with Trump as its commander and king. We must not allow Trump or any of his cronies to do any more damage to this once wonderful land of ours. We need to stop him before it's too late and restore our democracy, which our founding fathers created for us and so many of our ancestors and predecessors fought and toiled so hard to maintain. Long live the USA and let freedom reign. Okay, that's my speech that I delivered twice at this march. People seem to like it. One woman even said I should submit it to the newspaper, so I may do that. But anyway, that concludes my video for tonight. Thank you. I always try to end on a hopeful note. Let's make a better world. Let's try to just restore America to what it used to be and have a government that works for all of us. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.